Hello, everyone. Welcome in. In this video, we will be discussing a very interesting case that I just came across. It happened Thursday, November 2nd, basically 1 week ago from today as I record this. A landlord catnapped a man's cat, and the jury awarded the man whose cat was catnapped $1.4 million after just 2 hours of jury deliberation. So here are some clips from the article. In 2017, 41-year-old Smith found a cat on the street. He thought it was a stray cat. He named him Frank, brought him into his room at the drug recovery group home that he was living at the time. When this man came home one day, 2 years later, the cat was gone. And it turns out that the landlord admitted to catnapping this cat because he did not want Mr. Smith to have the cat in his house. Even though this article doesn't say it, the original article, which is now behind a paywall, so I didn't clip it in time, but it said that there was nothing in the lease about pets. And so, which just kind of adds icing on top of the cake for this landlord to have stolen this guy's cat. I guess on draw day, the landlord, I don't know how you say it, he had his girlfriend take the cat to a local shelter. And at that point, the cat was scanned, and someone actually was a previous owner of the cat. The cat had a microchip. So Mr. Smith was never reunited with the cat, and the landlord was found guilty of taking the cat because obviously that's not how you handle a tenant dispute. You don't just go and take their pet. You tell them get rid of it or I evict you, right? But maybe this landlord didn't have the right to do that either since it wasn't already stipulated in the lease. What's cool is here's the man's business, Mr. Smith. He started a barbershop in Oregon called the Handsome Wolf, and this was all before he was awarded this money. So he obviously continued to do well despite his best friend and cat being taken from him while he was in the process of recovery. Now, just because I have to speak my part on this, I have a few opinions. Obviously, the landlord is a jerk, and if anyone stole one of my pets, I would go John Wick on them. I probably wouldn't be able to wait for the civil case. I would just go crazy. And so, that being said, this man showed a very good restraint. But as far as it goes for Mr. Smith, it does make me question the fact that you took home a cat and never took it to a vet and never took it to see if it was someone else's cat. Essentially, you kind of took someone else's cat too. Even though you found it on the street, you never made an effort to return it to the rightful owner. And had you ever taken the cat to the vet, they would have seen it had a microchip and it would have been reunited with the original owners. And so I do think that that's kind of interesting that it wasn't even this guy's cat in the first place. Obviously, he found it on the street, but just because you find an animal on the street doesn't mean you don't put any effort into trying to find the original owner with or without a collar. But either way, it does not take away from the landlord stealing this cat. I do not find that to be acceptable or proper and would obviously traumatize someone. So the jury did award quite a lot of money, $1.375 million. So essentially $1.4 million. I don't know if it will be appealed, if Mr. Smith will end up getting all of that money in the end, but it only took the jury 2 hours. So they obviously felt like this landlord was a jerk and deserved to be punished for stealing this cat, which is good to see because if you love your pets and then you ever think that someone might harm them, hey, the jury hopefully will have your back. And luckily, it wasn't just a random individual. This person, it was a business, Pine Street LLC, that the landlord owned, which was getting sued, which had insurance. And so hopefully, if no appeals go through, this person will actually get awarded quite a bit of money for this instance. And as far as it goes for Frank the cat, he was returned to his original owners after the microchip was found, like I said. And so no shade on Joshua Smith for not returning the cat to the original owners originally, but I do think you could have maybe put in a little effort to see if someone owned the cat and it had escaped, because that would have been really nice for whoever's cat it was. I'm sure it seemed like it was about a year old at the time that this man found it. So, yeah, it would have been nice to have their kitten back, but either way, the world is a mysterious place, and sometimes the legal field has really odd and interesting things go through it. And that's why I wanted to highlight this one, because what a weird, interesting story. This guy finds a stray cat, doesn't try to help or, return it to its original owners. This is his cat now. 2 years later, his landlord decides he doesn't want the cat in there anymore and goes and steals the cat. I find that wild. That's crazy to me. But anyways, I thought this might be a little interesting and happier piece of information after we've been covering so much Alexi stuff as well as the Murder for Hire with Charlie Adelson. There's just so much darkness in those stories that I thought, hey, nothing actually really bad happened in this story. Obviously the guy was sad when his cat got taken, but nothing bad happened to the cat. The people who love the cat always had the cat. So, the original family gets their cat back. He got to keep the cat while he was in recovery and have a little buddy who probably helped push him through recovery. And so, yeah, somewhat of a happy but weird story. And that landlord is probably really feeling the pain because he admitted to taking the cat. That's why, it wasn't a question as to if he took the cat or not. It was just how much to give this guy for him taking the cat, because the landlord obviously didn't think he did much wrong. He was just like, yep, I took the cat. So that's crazy to me. But anyways, I do see that a verdict is back in the Maya and Take Care of Maya case. I am doing my best to not look and keep it close. I'm going to shut everything down, all the social media after I post this so that I do not see the verdict. And then maybe this evening, if I have time, I'm going to react to the verdict in that case, because I know quite a few of you have been following that. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. It's your girl Friday. Okay, bye.